Good morning. It's Tuesday, February 3rd. Here's what we're working on.
I'm Emily Huang reporting live in Stoney Creek, where punctured tires are raising questions and concerns. We'll have the details coming up.
City of Hamilton is expanding free public Wi-Fi through a 5-year pilot program.
Duberto trying to dish it over. Now Nylander, a breakaway. Nylander in, shoots, scores!
And the Maple Leafs extend their winning streak to 2 with a victory over the Flames. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Brian has the giggles. Are you laughing over the Leafs with their winning streak of 2?
Just, yeah, the streak is at 2.
Yes. Here we go.
They can do it. Oh, that's hilarious. Well,
oh, yeah. Sometimes you just have to giggle, you know?
Yeah.
That's all you can do, especially because we've been listening recently and last week to some of the more sadder news of that side for the Leafs, but that's okay. They're on the up.
They're on the up and up.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, exactly. And so are the temperatures.
Oh, great.
Nice.
Yeah, temperatures are going to be a little bit milder today. We'll enjoy that. Temperature right now, and I haven't said this in a while, we are above seasonal. What? Yeah, for an overnight low, seasonal is -10. We're at -6 right now. So, all right, we'll take that, and we'll have a high of -4 for the day today. Milder than it was yesterday. We have had some flurries overnight. We're going to continue to get some flurries on and off throughout the day today, and it's going to be fairly cloudy. So I hope you enjoyed that sunshine that we had yesterday, because a cloudy day today and -4. So a touch milder with some flurries. Talk about it coming up. Traffic 403 Waterdown Road, fine. Nothing to see right there, so we're doing okay. In the Hamilton area, MTO traffic cameras, Nikola Tesla Boulevard toward the Skyway in the distance, nothing to see there. Here's the other side of the Skyway at North Shore Boulevard. We'll flip ahead to third line. We did have a disabled vehicle. That was a bit ago, but it is now cleared, so things are moving nicely there. So no problems right now, but we'll keep you posted. Weather and traffic, of course, coming up. Right now, the news.
Thanks, Brian. There are concerns of road safety in Hamilton's Stoney Creek, with multiple residents reporting their tires have been punctured, not by nails or screws, but by shards of metal. Emily Huang joins us live in Stoney Creek with the details. Good morning, Emily.
Good morning, Simone. CHCH News first became aware of this issue through social media posts made by several Stoney Creek residents who say their tires were punctured by these metal shards.
In that area, there's a lot of tool and die shops, so I thought maybe it was just scrap metal left over from some type of fabrication. But then through the Facebook group, that's when everyone just like, oh my God, I've seen these before.
Several other residents reached out to us with images and accounts of what happened to their vehicles, damages that range from $500 to $1,400. Ward 10 Councillor Jeff Beattie tells us he's also received complaints from several of his constituents.
Still not outside the realm of possibility if, one vehicle might have accidentally deposited these things. But it strikes me that the randomness of it might lead to something more intentional, which would be really, really unfortunate if that was true.
That those who haven't yet filed reports to contact police, and they say they'll canvass for videos once they've mapped out the areas where the incidents are taking place. Now, you can file these reports either in person or online if you feel like you have been affected by this exact issue. Later this morning, we will be joined by a representative from Cal Tire who say they saw 5 clients just Saturday alone from whose tires they pulled out the same pieces of metal shards. For now, I'll send things back to you in the studio, Rick.
Of a Hamilton gold shop was inside and held at gunpoint during a robbery on Sunday evening. Images have been released, and police say these are the men who carried out the gold raid, which showed them heading up the inner staircase with crowbars and a gun to the Cash for Gold store on Fennell Avenue East near Upper Ottawa. Police say the owner was shaken up but not physically hurt, and was adding up what the thieves got away with in gold, silver, and cash.
Heads up to commuters taking GO Transit this morning. Service will be affected today following a train derailment at Union Station yesterday morning. Now, it led to a lot of frustrated passengers at the Aldershot GO Station that were just trying to get home.
My plans to travel home might get canceled, or I might be getting home like very late tonight. So yeah, it's been tough.
I was supposed to leave at 7:05, but now it looks like I'm waiting another hour, so it's kind of annoying, especially in the cold station.
A Metrolink spokesperson says in an email to CHCH News last night that crews are working to safely remove the impacted train off of the tracks. That means trains are running on a special schedule today, including on the Lakeshore East and West lines. One train will be running an hour outside of the 15 to 30-minute peak AM and PM service. Double check your schedules online before you head out. A full list will be available on our website at chch.com.
A group of East Hamilton tenants say unsafe conditions have left them struggling after two radiators burst inside their Melvin Avenue apartment building. This past weekend, tenants of 355 Melvin Avenue alerted Hamilton's fire department about flooding in their building. Authorities say the cause stemmed from two broken radiators, flooding the hallways and the main staircase. The tenants say the recent cold snap caused the flooding water to freeze over, making the east stairwell unusable as well as the elevator. Even some elderly residents at the top level say they're trapped in their homes.
Helping with laundry, grocery shopping, day-to-day needs, and even some people in the building take out the garbage if they can't do it.
The building's owner, Skyview Living, says additional staff have been brought in to support residents with the focus on seniors and those with mobility challenges. The company says staff are helping with daily needs and conducting regular check-ins to ensure no one is left without support. Skyview Living adds crews are working to restore elevator service and address the lack of heat in the building.
Some sad news to share this morning. Second World War veteran Ranald Harrison has died at the age of 104. Ranald was interviewed right here on Morning Live's We Remember special last year. Ranald served in the Royal Canadian Air Force as a wireless gunner. He is survived by his wife of 71 years, Lillian, a daughter and a son, as well as a number of grandchildren. The family is asking for any contributions in his memory to go to the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum. To hear Ranald's full story, please visit chch.com. The longtime president of Scleroderma Societies of Canada and Ontario has passed away. Maureen Sauvé passed away on January 28th at age 65. Sauvé participated in the scleroderma research community as a patient collaborator and spearheaded a group that drafted a consensus research agenda to address the psychological health needs of people living with the disease. She was inducted into the Hamilton Gallery of Distinction in 2017. Her funeral is planned for Friday morning at St. Eugene's Church in Hamilton, followed by a celebration of life at Michelangelo's Banquet Center. NASA has delayed the launch of its Artemis II rocket until March at the earliest. The agency conducted a so-called wet dress rehearsal at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida last night, as well as this morning. During the test, engineers discovered a hydrogen leak at the base of the rocket. NASA officials had hoped a smooth test would clear the way to launch the Artemis II mission as soon as this Sunday. NASA has only a handful of launch opportunities each month when the moon is in the right location in its orbit to allow the Orion spacecraft to fly a free return trajectory and come back to Earth for a safe re-entry and splashdown.
Artemis II is essentially a test flight in the sense that it's the first time a crew will fly on this new NASA vehicle.
Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen will be on board for the mission. The spacecraft is slated to orbit the moon, paving the way for future missions to land on the surface.
After stopping a brutal 6-game losing streak last week, the Maple Leafs are on a modest 2-game winning run.
Frost protecting that puck. He's been on an absolute heater for the Flames. Huberdeau trying to dish it over. Now Nylander, a breakaway. Nylander in, shoots, scores!
William Nylander scored on a breakaway just 35 seconds into the game, and Toronto was off to the races, skating to a 4-2 win over the Flames. Nylander added 2 assists. Joseph Wall made 28 saves to improve to 5-0 all-time against Calgary. Matthias Michelli, Troy Stetcher, and Bobby McMahon also scored for the Buds, who've won 8 in a row against the Flames, Toronto's longest active streak against any team. Calgary has lost 6 of their last 7. Peyton Krebs had a goal and 2 assists, and Jason Zucker scored the winner on the power play early in the third period as the Sabres dumped the Panthers 5-3. Buffalo's 6th win in 7 games pushed them back into the first wildcard playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. The 2-time defending champion Panthers are 9 points out of a playoff position with 27 games to play. Hamilton's Forge FC hosts Mexican powerhouse Tigres tonight in the opening leg of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. The temperature at around 7 p.m. kickoff at Hamilton Stadium is expected to be around -9, feeling like -15 with a wind chill, but Forge manager Bobby Smirniotis says it's not a big factor, at least for the players.
Unless you're playing in Mexico City, which we've felt is quite different at the altitude. The weather, the players get over it after 15, 20 minutes. It's normal. The body, the adrenaline goes. It's tough for us standing on the sideline a little bit.
It's the 4th straight year that Forge will play a Mexican league giant in the competition, and they're still searching for their first win. Meantime, the Canadian Premier League's 2026 schedule is out, and Forge will open the season April 4th at home against Ottawa. One of the greatest moments in Blue Jays history will be immortalized outside Rogers Centre. A statue of Joe Carter's historic walk-off home run to win the 1993 World Series will be placed outside the downtown Toronto ballpark between gates 5 and 6. It will also represent the first World Series won on Canadian soil and will be unveiled on July 18th in a special pregame ceremony. Super Bowl week officially kicked off in California as the Seahawks and Patriots prepare to clash this Sunday night.
The only thing that matters is, if you believe in yourself, that's really it. I always believed in myself. I knew that I could do this at a high level, and that was really it. That's what kept me going, and I knew at some point an opportunity would arise. But even if it didn't, I knew that I did everything that I could to become a better player year in and year out.
Seattle's Sam Darnold handled the media frenzy quite well on opening night, and at one point a reporter asked him to put on a hat that he made for Darnold. The quarterback obliged.
There you go.
I want one of those hats. Hamilton Tiger Cats have re-signed receiver Keaton Brugling. The 27-year-old had 7 catches for 63 yards last season, his first in Hamilton. The St. Catharines native will represent Canada in the 4-man bobsleigh event at the upcoming Winter Olympics in Italy. Montreal Alouettes all-star safety Marc-Antoine Dequoy has announced his retirement after 5 seasons in the CFL. And Barry Trotz is retiring as general manager of the Nashville Predators.
All right, 6:12. It's the 3rd morning of February. First of all, we'll talk about traffic as we normally do. Then we'll get into the forecast for today. 403 and Waterdown Road, fine, no problems. Hasn't changed since the last time we checked it, so all good there. Some MTOs into St. Catharines and then around the Horseshoe. QEW in Martindale is fine. Got some wet roads to deal with. We've had that flurry activity overnight. Nikola Tesla Boulevard through the 403 junction at Brant, east of Royal Windsor Drive, all the way through Cooksville Creek. Nothing happening at the moment on the roads. Now, yesterday, just to recap, of course, Wyerton Willie did not see his shadow, which means an early spring. Is this it? Is this spring now? Well, it's a little bit milder. Well, we'll take that. Temperature right now sitting at -6, and that's above a seasonal overnight low. So a little mild push of air. Winds are not too bad. Southwest at 13 makes it feel like -11. We do have some light flurries. We've had some flurries overnight. So for school today, we are going to climb to -4, which is milder than yesterday. We got to -7 yesterday. We'll have clouds and we will have flurries on and off. That's a look at the flurry activity over the past 6 hours. That shows us the cloud cover and the precipitation, satellite and radar. What we're looking at, that cold front going through, that's going to drop our temperatures significantly overnight, but it's going to be a fairly, well, can I say it, mild day today compared to what we've had, but it is going to get a fair bit colder tonight. Actually, we'll have pretty severe wind chills once again. But today, temperatures anywhere from -3, 4, and 5. So not too bad, just a little below seasonal. Not a lot of sun, clouds and flurries. Tonight, yeah, it's going to be cold again. -15 to -16, -18 for Cayuga, Simcoe, and Brantford. Kitchener and Guelph as well. And we will have some flurries, wind chills down around -22. And then tomorrow, -5 and 6, so a little bit cooler tomorrow. But at least we'll get back into some sunshine for the day tomorrow. So out the door, 3rd morning of February. It is cloudy at the moment. We are still getting some light snow flurries. Temperature right now -6, wind chill -11. Long range, of course, coming up. Simone, Rick.
Thanks, Brian. Coming up after the break, we'll say good morning to Emily Vukovic with a preview of what's to come in Chit Chat. Plus, coming up in business news, more rent troubles for Toys R Us Canada. With allegations, another store location has failed to pay. Stay with us. Welcome back. It's time to say good morning to Emily Vukovic. Morning, Em. What do we have coming up in Chit Chat?
Hi, good morning. Well, the Lego Group and Crocs are announcing a multi-year global partnership. And as a parent, there's like the top 5 things you have to do in your lifetime. And one of them is embarrass your children.
I thought you were going to say protect your kids, but that too.
I thought you were going to say step on a Lego.
I said top 5. I said top 5. So I'm thinking about getting a pair. We'll discuss.
Good.
Lionsgate has released another official trailer for the upcoming Michael Jackson biopic, Michael.
Very nice.
And later on this morning, ahead of its season 2 debut, Apple TV has already renewed Jon Hamm's Your Friends and Neighbors for season 3.
Nice.
Awesome. Can't wait to hear about it. Thank you, Emily. We'll talk to you in a bit. All right, in overseas trading this morning, the dollar is down. It's set at 73.08 cents U.S. Gold bounced back, gaining $267, and oil is down 86 cents to $61.28 a barrel U.S. In midday European trading, London is down while Frankfurt and Paris are up.
Asian markets were up today, led by a record-setting day in Tokyo, which closed up more than 2,000 points. At yesterday's close on Bay and Wall Streets, the markets were up with the TSX gaining 260 points.
Toys R Us Canada is facing another lawsuit, this time from a landlord alleging the retailer failed to pay its rent. RioCan Holdings says in a new court filing that Toys R Us Canada did not pay rent last month for a store at Toronto's Lawrence Allen Centre. The landlord claims it warned the retailer the lease would be terminated if payment was not made and says it followed through on that threat on January 20th. The allegations have not been tested in court. When asked about the lawsuit, a spokesperson for Toys R Us Canada says the company had no information to share.
Documents recently tabled in Parliament show Canadians haven't cashed around $2 billion in paper checks distributed by various federal departments. And that includes $141 million in checks for the Canada Carbon Rebate. That was the program to offset the cost of carbon pricing. Even though that rebate program was canceled, government checks never expire. Families also didn't cash roughly $43 million in checks for the Canada Child Benefit, the tax-free monthly payment meant to help with the expense of raising kids. While the federal government prefers to pay Canadians by direct deposit, some benefits are still distributed through the mail.
Canada Computers says personal information belonging to some of its customers was compromised during a recent data breach. The Richmond Hill-based retailer says customers who entered personal information and checked out as guests between December 29th and January 22nd could be affected. Information that may have been stolen include credit card details. Canada Computers says it learned that someone had accessed a system supporting its retail website on January 22nd and immediately notified law enforcement and regulatory authorities.
2/3 of Canadians polled say saving for retirement is harder than it was for their parents. A new BMO report says 73% of millennials surveyed believe retirement planning will be more difficult than it was for their parents. And 77% of respondents believe retirement will be harder for the generation after them. 1,500 adults were surveyed last November.
Taking a break right now, Brian will be back with your traffic and your much warmer 7-day forecast. Stay with us.
About time we gave you a traffic update, and time, by the way, is 6:23 Tuesday morning here. Looking at the 410 and Courtney Park, southbound lanes of the 410 coming towards us. We did have a disabled vehicle there, but they've readjusted the camera, so it is gone. QEW Glendale, St. Catharines, all the way. Well, we're starting to see some volume here, but this usually starts early coming off the Skyway Bridge, trying to get past North Shore Boulevard. That is a little bit slow there. Same with Third Line, starting to slow down. Nothing at Erin Mills Parkway. Basically, we're pretty good at the moment, so take it carefully, please. Check our temperatures right now, and actually, as I said earlier, we are above seasonal for an overnight low. Wow, enjoy that. -6, but a wind chill of -11 for Hamilton, -7 Grimsby, 4 Toronto, -5 into Mississauga. So, seasonal temperatures this time of year are -2 for the daytime high, -10 for the overnight low, so we're not quite there, which is nice. Those are our sun times and records for today, and today, We are going to see fairly cloudy skies and some flurries. Flurries on and off. We should be -5 by the first bell and -4 for after school. And -4 is the high for the day today. Wind chill about -16, though. That wind is going to get a little bit stronger. -16 tonight. So it will be cold with a wind chill of -22. And then tomorrow, well, -6. We'll have some sun. -6 again on Thursday. 0 on Friday. What? That's above seasonal for a daytime high. We haven't been there in ages, but we will get some light snow flurry activity, and it gets colder for Saturday and Sunday, -11 and -9. That is your forecast. Simone, Rick.
Thanks, Brian. It is so nice not seeing -22 on that board for now. All right, parts of the U.S. southeast coast experienced hurricane-like conditions over the weekend. And in Buxton, North Carolina, a house fell into the ocean.
This is video of the beachfront home as it collapsed during the storm. It was one of 4 oceanfront homes that collapsed over the weekend. The good news is that this home was unoccupied at the time. The bad news is the house is in the water.
Yes.
That's not a good sign.
Imagine just being the neighbor like this person is.
Yeah.
Just being like, uh-oh.
Oh, 2 thoughts. Uh-oh, and is my home next?
Right? And it's coming right for them.
Oh, my goodness, it's moving. Oh, no. I don't mean to laugh, but my gosh.
Well, I mean, the house, like that foundation looked a little rocky to begin with. It was like up on stilts. My goodness.
This is why I don't own oceanfront property.
Right.
Yes.
That's why.
And the price
Not
point,
the price tag. Thankfully, no one was in there for sure.
Yeah.
All right, stay with us. More Morning Live coming up after the break.